This is an industry built on a lot of mistrust.
Are we allowed to like name the other products that are there that are the evil bad guys? So pretty much they have a lot of BS in them. I think like a big one that everyone has heard about because it's on every fucking sponsor, or it was like a couple years ago.
Pretty much anything that goes into your body, you have to be in control of that.
We're getting drug tested, something that's happened to a lot of athletes. Tainted supplements is a very real thing, and we're, as pro athletes, like we're accountable for everything that we put in our body technically.
What is it, like 80% of chronic illnesses stem from a micronutrient deficiency? What if one product hit everything the human body needed rather than trying to push profit by separating everything out?
Find out more on the Coffee Club podcast.
Okay.
Like and subscribe.
Coffee Club, Coffee Club. Grind your beans and grab your favorite mug. It's Ollie, Morgan, George, and Gus. It's them boys from Coffee Club. Boys from Coffee Club.
Hello, Morgan. 2 weeks from now. I know that you're working really hard right now, but in 2 weeks, I hope that, the podcast is still going. I hope that you're still running. I hope that, you have beautiful friends and family. But most of all, I hope that the Coffee Cup podcast has hit 1 million followers on Instagram and 1 million subscribers on YouTube by then. If we haven't, then I don't know, I guess we'll have to evaluate. But yeah, that's the goal. I mean, we're working hard for that. So hopefully in 2 weeks from now, when this video comes out, we've hit all those goals. But no, in all seriousness, guys, this is an episode that Ollie and I filmed a couple of weeks ago, or more than that, with First Performance, who you've probably seen them because they sponsor Yared and myself, and I absolutely love their product. And so, we had a couple of them on the podcast, and they have a lot to say about, I think you guys will find it really interesting because it's really cool to talk about just the supplement industry in general and stuff. So enough talking, guys, please enjoy the episode. All us boys are over in Europe right now, so we thought it'd be cool to put this one out right now. And soon, probably next week, we'll get back to regularly scheduled episodes. So guys, please enjoy. Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Coffee Cup podcast. Today, it's just Ollie and I, no Geordie. But we do have a couple of other very special guests that have made a long and arduous trip all the way from Utah.
Arduous highlighted.
Is that the right word to use there?
I'd say so.
I just highlighted it, so I'm hoping that you haven't made, me look like an idiot.
I should never do that.
Nah.
But as many of you guys know, recently I have had picked up a beloved sponsor, First Performance. Use code MORG20 at checkout, firstperformance.com. And
you're getting too good at that. You're getting way too good at that. He's definitely practicing in front of the mirror, guys.
Shameless plug.
The founders have made the trip all the way here to join us today to talk about lots of interesting stuff. I mean, I'll just quickly, my kind of take on it is I feel like this is going to be a very interesting episode because from my perspective, it's almost a bit of a skeptic's journey. I'm someone who my default state is to be skeptical of supplements with good reason.
Which I think a lot of athletes feel like that, particularly today, with how supplement companies kind of operate and pretty much how you can get the best out of it is not necessarily the same way of like how supplement companies cater to you. So it would be a interesting, informative podcast, which is great because Morgan and I aren't very good at informing you on stuff usually.
We try, but so we'll taking you through how I guess they convinced me to sign them initially, and now I take it every single day, as do many other great athletes.
I am starting to take it as well. I've started this week, so I have some questions and queries.
So we're going to get into all that. We're very excited, but first off, thank you guys, Max and Mason, for joining us.
Thank you guys so much for having us on here.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, we've been fans for a while of this podcast, so it's great to be here.
We appreciate it. So this was 3 or 4 weeks ago. Actually, when was it? Well, we took a trip to Utah, and I talked about it on the podcast. And this was to do a little hangout with these guys. We shot some cool content. We hung out, had a group run. It was cool. When's the content coming out, by the way? Is it coming out soon?
So first video is almost done. We'll actually show it to you after the podcast. So the first video is almost here, and we'll be rolling it out in the weeks after. We can't give you a concrete timeline, but it's coming.
Yeah.
Amazing. And I guess before we do get into it, I have a little icebreaker game about all the ingredients. Well, so for anyone who doesn't know what the product is that they
the company that they created, the product that they sell it's a multivitamin. There's an AM and a PM blend. I don't know why I'm the one explaining this. It's your company. How about we do it like this? How about
you're a sponsored athlete. They've put you in this position. You gotta help them out here, bro.
No, I'm good. I don't want to mess it up. How about you guys just give a little brief intro on yourselves and the product, just so everyone knows.
You go for it. You can start.
Okay, I am Mason Jones. Yeah, we began working on it back in 2024. It was a few years in spending time on the formulation stuff, all of that. And then we recently dropped the product. Yeah. Was it January?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was January of this year. And that was the launch of it. A quick, short background on me. The why that I wanted it was because I've always grown up having a heart problem. And so I was always pushed pill after pill for it, but I wanted to try to tackle the natural side. And then me and Max started working on an idea. What if one product hit everything the human body needed rather than trying to push profit by separating everything out?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a little bit on like my why.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's a good way.
Yeah. So just breaking it down is like, nobody ever wakes up and has an ibuprofen deficiency. You know, like obviously those things have their place. I'm not saying they're not good, but no one wakes up with those kind of deficiencies. But what people do wake up with are nutrient deficiencies. So even with the modern diet, like going out to eat, I love going out to eat, but a lot of that food is ultra processed and it tastes good, but it doesn't really have, the vitamins and minerals that your body actually needs. And that can dysregulate a lot of other processes in the body. So basically the why that Mason was just saying, the why for me is I really wanted to be able to have it be the most convenient, but also be the most effective thing that people could do. Instead of having to balance 20 different bottles, trying to time exactly when to take things, if it could just be one system that would accomplish all of those micronutrient needs, so people could go about their life and kind of not have that nagging worry, oh, am I eating healthy? Am I doing this? So now you can still obviously have a good solid diet, but then this fills in all your gaps.
Totally.
This is like amazing for me because I have a terrible diet.
We got a lot of gaps.
I got a lot of gaps. I got gaps. I mean, my diet is pretty much a donut with the big hole in the middle. And this sounds like I'm filling that hole with Foes. That's what it sounds like.
Can we use that as a
We are
slogan?
filling that gap.
You can have that for free. You can have that for free. Well, that sounds pretty amazing. Particularly like the stress of as an athlete ordering like all these different supplements and like knowing are they regulated, are they not regulated, and then like the cost of just having that 17 bottles and then you put it in your carry-on and then you travel to meets and then you have like all the different ones. Like having just one kind of contained thing is definitely an athlete's dream because then you have that one thing that can cover all those issues, well, not all the issues, but all the things that you need. Exactly. It's a great concept. It's a great idea, and it's funny that no one has jumped onto that earlier.
Well, people have tried, but they're kind of they cut corners, which is one thing that we are going to get into.
Well, that is interesting.
I mean, obviously, we're very biased, but this isn't just going to be a circle jerk. We're going to unless you guys want it to be. No, kidding. We're gonna get into all the different side, and it really is like a story of both your guys' side, like trying to solve a problem that you saw in the industry and just in the world in general, and then our problem of like trying to hit those targets, tick those boxes. It's not easy in this day and age, so it's like a very real thing for us. So we'll be able to talk about like problems with the current supplements, all the different like regulation stuff and challenges that you had to go through with starting a company. I mean, that's like an awesome story there as well.
Yeah.
Maybe before we get into it, Max, you want to get into, because you also have a bit more of a running background as well.
Yes. I was dreading.
You wanted to skip that part?
Well,
Morgan doesn't want to skip that part. Morgan wants to hear about
it. Well, so I mean, you can kind of tell by looking at me. I don't have a runner's build. So coming out of high school, I was pretty middle of the pack. Honestly, probably middle bottom of the pack. But my buddy Travis, he ended up running at Southern Utah University, and I moved down after I met my wife. And my wife, she really wanted me to try out for the team. So I talked to my buddy. I was like, hey, can you set up a meeting with the coach? And met with him. He actually called me a javelin thrower first time.
Sheesh.
Anyways, tried out for the team.
That's actually a compliment.
I was going to say,
I think the javelin throwers have the best bodies.
The physique of a javelin thrower is pretty sick.
Like Greek god.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. So yeah, I joined the team, and Yeah, never really ran too fast, but it was fun to be part of the team. Fun to travel with everyone. Fun to forge a lot of friendships and everything. And yeah, I can't really think of anything too negative with my running experience. Everything was super fun, but I'm definitely not on your guys' level. It was more of just doing it for the memories and all that.
But you're being quite humble right now. Like you were training very seriously. You were banging out like those 100-mile weeks.
Yes, definitely running a lot, trying to mitigate the skill gap. But it was fun.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the background. I did have one more kind of like intro icebreaker game that I wanted to play with us. So out of you two, Max is kind of like the I don't know if you guys have different titles, but he's the kind of product expert from you know what I mean?
Yeah. No. He has insane knowledge on the whole science side of things. It's very impressive.
It's actually crazy. So I thought we could play a game where, there's 2 bottles, an AM and a PM blend. Ollie and I will each take one, and we can take turns picking a couple of like the random ingredients from it, and you could tell us like exactly why it's in there, because this is just, he's like an encyclopedia. Like there's a lot of stuff in this product, and he's like knows every single one and why. Does that sound like a good game?
Yeah, sure. I'm up for it.
I'll give you the PM blend, Ollie.
The pressure's on.
All right. Picking a random product. There's some stuff here that I don't know. Do you think that like you could give a good response to every single one on here? And how many different things are there in each of them?
So there's 62 total ingredients, 30 in the AM, 32 in the PM.
I will speak for him. Yes. Yeah, he can.
I feel like I could give it a good run.
All right. Let's start off with, why do we have potassium iodine in there?
So great question. So iodine is a trace mineral that is very involved with your thyroid function. And a lot of times through modern diet, you don't actually get enough. Like if you just go with sea salt, there's no iodine in sea salt. That's why if you buy the Morton salt at the store, it's iodized salt, because they're trying to fill in that micronutrient gap. And so this fills that gap in the salt form of potassium iodide. So it just basically accomplishes the micronutrient need that your thyroid needs for iodine.
And the thyroid does?
Thyroid regulates a lot of hormones in your body. You can get them checked in your blood work, your free T3, free T4, all of that.
Yeah. Once you start saying like the words I don't know, I'm like, sounds smart to me.
Fair enough.
All right, Ollie, what you got?
Let's have a look here. Something called high fructose corn syrup. No, I'm kidding.
Why does this have red 40 in it?
This is the interesting thing is like vitamin A. There's like all the vitamin like numbers, but I'm more interested in this like stuff here, like the marigold flower extract.
Yes.
So what's the reasoning behind having this in the PM blend compared to the AM blend?
Absolutely. So the marigold extract is broken down into lutein and zeaxanthin. And so it's a 20-to-1 ratio in the marigold extract. And
that's correct.
Lutein and zeaxanthin, those are very, very important and critical for your eye health.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's kind of a synergist with vitamin A that we have, the retinol and the beta carotene. So there's a synergistic component where it just really takes care of your eyes, make sure that you have the necessary nutrients that you need.
Fantastic. That's an A+ answer.
He's absolutely destroying this right now. I was wondering why, so in the AM blend, you have aloe vera extract. And obviously, we all love some aloe vera. Ollie, did you get like the aloe vera drinks when you were younger from like the grocery store?
Yum. Yes. Oh, those are so good.
Why do we have that in here?
So aloe, it's a pretty cool compound, but the main reason why we have it is because in this product, we wanted this to be able to sit extremely well on your stomach. A lot of supplements such as magnesium oxide, those things, they kind of have a laxative effect. And if you're going to go out on a run after, you don't want to have any GI discomfort. So what aloe does is it basically soothes the stomach. It makes sure that the nutrients, they have kind of this almost gel to be surrounded in, like a mucous membrane in the stomach. And it just really helps sit well in the stomach, be absorbed properly, and not just immediately get pushed through.
Great answer. Makes a lot of sense.
Isn't that crazy?
Have you heard of this show called Shark Tank? I think you would crush it in this show, dude.
I guess we'll see.
That would be like incredible. Interesting. There's a word here that I won't be able to pronounce, but I'll do it for the fun of it. It's in brackets MSM.
Methylsulfonomethane.
Methylsulfonomethane, yes. So what is, that's not the meth that I've seen on Breaking Bad, correct?
Correct.
All right, so what is this MSN? I'm going to shorten it because I'm horrible with words. What's the use of this in the PM product?
So in the PM product, that's kind of our rest and recover product. We wanted to make sure that your tissues had everything they needed to regenerate, reduce inflammation. And MSM specifically, it's a sulfur-containing compound. So it's really critical and really beneficial for joint health. It helps just make sure that your cartilage and all of that is well lubricated and that it can be less irritated after a big, heavy, stressful day of training. So it basically mitigates your inflammation in that area and also make sure there's enough lubrication that your joints can slide easily.
Perfect. Love that.
Ollie loves a bit of lubrication.
I do, don't I?
I got one more. I was going to think about something, and then I saw one that just had such a cool name. So I had to ask about it. Oxystorm, copyrighted.
Yes.
Red spinach leaf extract. What's the reason for that one?
So that one's a really cool ingredient. That's probably one of the ones that we went back and forth on the most. Because beetroot, it's a very common ingredient. Everyone's heard of beetroot in the running world or cycling world. But the problem with beetroot is not only is it high in oxalates, which that causes kidney stones, or it's linked to kidney stones. Obviously, it's not a direct correlation in terms of you take oxalates, you're going to get kidney stones. But regardless, Oxystorm, it's a patented form of red spinach extract. And so there's no oxalates in that. So it mitigates the risk of any kidney stone problems. But at the same time, red spinach actually has 5 times the amount of nitrates that regular beetroot does. And this is the standardized clinical dose. So there was a study that they did on a group of pretty recreationally competitive cyclists, and they just supplemented with 1 gram, which is what we have, of the Oxystorm for 1 week. And after 1 week, they reduced their time in a 4K time trial by 7 seconds.
Wow.
And that's just one ingredient. So in long story short, no oxalates, and it's better than beetroot.
Amazing. Oh, you got a final one?
I do have a final one. The marigold flower extract. Oh, I already mentioned that one.
He loves it so much.
I was just interested in the ratio, the 20% to 1%. It's interesting. Let's see here. Milk thistle seed extract.
Yeah, so milk thistle is a super good antioxidant, but at the same time, it also helps with your immunity and
which is good.
Your organ health.
Which is really good.
Yeah.
So particularly if you're an Australian, for your liver.
There you go. But a lot of those things, a lot of the organic compounds, the herbicides, or not the herbicides, the herbals, those are basically a lot of dual uses.
Yeah.
They accomplish a lot of good in a lot of ways. So that one is organ support, immunity support, antioxidant support. There's not necessarily one that's higher than the other.
Sick.
Amazing. Honestly, 11 out of 10. 12 out of 10 maybe. That was amazing.
Thank you.
If we went Shark Tank, I would be... We'd be negotiating. We'd be negotiating right now. The investment process.
Honestly, like I knew you were going to crush that because we've talked like in the process, like I asked you similar types of questions, but you crushed that even harder than I expected.
I appreciate it.
So well
I appreciate it.
And I mean, I guess that's a nice segue into just the product in general and why it is so significant in the industry and why like I decided personally to take it. I think, there are a lot of, are we allowed to like name the other products that are there that are the evil bad guys? I guess we can, right?
I think you can. Mason and I, we might be a little more tentative and call them, greens powders, reds powders.
Okay.
But I think you're fine. I think you're fine.
So like, there's like, because they have a lot of marketing money behind them, like a lot of the other products, there's so many other products out there that are position themselves as like, just like making you healthier. But then the issue with all of them is that they have proprietary blends, which means that they have something in there and they don't tell you what it is. And it's a big secret. And it's like, well, why would it be a secret? Like if it's like, I guess technically maybe they're saying it's a secret because they're acting as if like they discovered something that is like no one else. But it's like, no, like the studies are out there. So pretty much they have a lot of BS in them. I think like a big one that everyone has heard about because it's on every fucking sponsor, or it was like a couple of years ago, it's AG1, Athletic Greens. And people actually take that stuff. Like, And it's kind of crazy. And so I was like, never really bought into that. Like I always had like, when I saw that, it was like big red flag, like what's going on here? And then you guys came along with the product, and it's like, just like the game that we played, like I could ask you every single one and you could give a research backed, but also just like logical reason. It's like, this is why this is good for you and this is why you should be taking it. And so for me, I'm all about transparency. And yeah, as I said before, I was a big skeptic. So for me to be able to like sign on, like co-sign something like this and actually even just take it in the first place, it's like, I have to really be convinced. And looking at actually just the product, the ingredient list, it's like, it's very convincing. It's like, yeah, everything in here is just like good and healthy for you. And I mean, it just makes your life so easy and so efficient. And especially as a high performing athlete where, we're trying to exist kind of on the margins, we're trying to push our bodies to new heights all the time. It's like, we want to make sure that we're ticking all these boxes and we're not leaving any of these potential gains like left on the where we'll be leaving them behind. So sorry. So that was like that was huge for me, is just to be able to like talk to you and like actually just get like a instant response that like I could trust. But that is also why one thing that is a potential, I want to ask about how you guys navigated this when you guys were like in the production phase. So because it is all good, fully healthy, good stuff for you, the taste is not the best. I think that we can all agree on that.
Yes.
But if you blend it, like the way that we take it is like we blend it with like orange juice or lemonade, or people use like different juices and stuff. And then it is like very easy to take, but it's like something that you take as like a shot. You don't like sip on it like a pina colada. Was that like a big challenge for you guys in the production process to be like trying to find that line between like, okay, this is like the product that we want, but like, how do we improve this taste?
That was a big thing. Yeah, absolutely. We spent we experimented with quite a few different flavors. One of the ones that was actually recommended to us by our production company was actually buttered flavor.
Hang on, butter.
Yeah.
So just
butter.
You just like add butter to it?
It was some weird butter flavoring. It was not good.
Yeah.
It was not good. And then we tried a few other flavors. We tried some fruity ones, but then honestly nothing was strong enough. And I actually have it on video. His first time trying it. What was the flavor that we first tried?
I think it was orange cream.
Oh, that
dude,
was
where are they
right.
getting these flavors from?
Yeah, I know. The problem is that our scoop size is so large. They, in order to still claim like what is the claim like for the healthy flavors?
Yeah, like no natural flavors, no artificials.
Exactly. Okay, yeah, that in order to still use those, you would have to almost double or triple the scoop size to not use artificial flavor blockers or anything like that. So that was a problem that we ran into there.
That's very impractical.
Yeah.
Basically, the product, if we wanted it to taste good, it would have negated all of our other work in making it the most pure, transparent, clean. And it would have also basically doubled the cost for the consumer, which I feel it's much more practical and convenient to just mix it in with a little juice that costs a couple bucks.
Also, it's trendy now for things to not taste good and be good for you. I feel like that's a trendy thing. Like people,
but that's how you know it's probably that's like a good sign that it is good for you, kind of.
Exactly. Like people do like like the cold tubs, the hot sauna stuff. That's uncomfortable because you're feeling good or you're doing better for your body. This sounds like that's what people want. People want something that's like, oh, it tastes bad, but it's really good for me. I feel like that's a common.
Well, it's just like if you look at the ingredients list, it's like, why would that ever taste good?
And that's the thing is when you put these ingredients in their actual doses, it's never going to be tasting good. And this is a wellness shot. You're supposed to mix it in a little bit of juice, whack it back, and that's it. Like Morgan was saying, it's not a pina colada. You're not going to sip on this. This is by far and away.
You could mix it with pina colada juice, though.
That's
you
true.
Could do that.
That is
well,
true.
The thing is, luckily, like I feel like, and our listeners too have all been through college or some sort of situation where you've been used to taking shots of something. So at this point, this is a healthy shot, and you've had a lot of practice, I'm sure, in your college days or going out days or whatever, or still doing it these days. So It's just a healthy shot.
There you go.
just a scrumptious shot of MSM.
Yeah. Everything that you need. Was there any other similar big difficulties in like the early stages of like essentially getting from like idea to product that was ready to be?
In terms of the formulation, yes, because as you can see on the side of the bottle, we have our list of claims that are about our purity. And those were actually quite hard to come by because even though taurine might be an ingredient that a lot of companies make, we wanted one that specifically didn't have any anti-clumping agents, which is actually quite hard to find. So a lot of it was navigating between not just getting the good quality ingredient, but making sure it was only the good quality ingredient.
Right.
So that took a lot of balancing, a lot of time. That's why the formulation was nearly 2 years, just because there was a lot of good products out there, but they would have one thing that we didn't want. So we'd have to completely redo it with another product.
And also like every form of every product is in pretty much like the most is that the word for it? Bioavailable form as well, which I feel like is probably more expensive and harder to come by than like the less available, which is something that I mean, I'm sure like a lot of our listeners that take supplements already have keyed onto this. It's like if you're going to buy magnesium, you can buy like 5 different types of magnesium.
Yeah.
And it gets really overwhelming and complicated because it does actually matter which type you take in order to, one, be able to, your body to absorb it, but also like the different like effects of it.
Absolutely. Yeah, the big reason with that, I'll do a quick science stint about the reason why we chose the specific chelates, which is what these fancy forms are called. So a chelate is the mineral bound to a ligand or an amino acid. And what that does is normally if you have magnesium oxide, which is the super cheap form of magnesium, if you take that, that's a salt. And so when it hits your stomach, it breaks apart into a free magnesium ion. And then that just kind of gets dumped down your intestines. And that's where the laxative effect comes from. You're not really absorbing it. Whereas with these, we use the chelates, bisglycinate mainly, picolinate, which are not only chelates, but amino acid chelates. And what that does is instead of dissociating in the stomach acid, it actually stays preserved and it passes through into the small intestine and is absorbed through your peptide and protein pathways instead of through your mineral pathways in your stomach, where there's normally a lot of competition. The intestines take away that competition. So you're able to freely absorb a much higher percentage of it.
It's going to be a test at the end of this, Ollie.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to be studying.
No, it is like everything has an actual reason in there, and the reason is for you as the person taking it to get maximal benefit, which unfortunately you can't say that about a lot of the products out there right now. So yeah, it's like it just is very trustworthy and it's very transparent, as I said before. So it's like it just feels good to take. And also you guys have, this is really significant we've talked about this a lot on the podcast before as well, that we can't take any product that isn't third party tested as well, which you guys have paid the extra bucks to go about.
Yes, Mason, do you want to explain that? Why we chose the specific certification?
Right, yeah. So the one that we went with is called BSCG, which is the Banned Substance Control Group. And what we really liked about theirs is they actually test for over 400 banned substances, which is quite a bit more than a few of the other parties. The other parties are around 270, correct? Around 270.
So that's like almost double.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. But they are lesser known. But all of the same labs that are used to actually test a lot of the other stuff, they use these same labs. So this is actually going through the same rigorous amounts of the testing process, but it's for even more of the banned substances that are out there, which is super cool, because that was super cool to actually learn about in this whole process. I had no idea about any of that. Yeah,
because it's a really big issue in the supplement industry that it doesn't have the same regulations as some other industries. And so as professional athletes, where we're getting drug tested, something that's happened to a lot of athletes. Maybe not a lot, maybe that's not the right word for it, but tainted supplements is a very real thing. And we're, as pro athletes, like we're accountable for everything that we put in our body technically. So yeah, we have to have our products get third party tested. But even like if we weren't a pro athlete, I feel like you kind of want it, because then you know actually like what's on the label is actually what's in the product as well.
Yeah. I mean, like,
which is scary, like that you can't have that certainty at times.
Exactly.
No. I mean, I got drug tested this week. This week. And when I got drug tested, I was like just wondering, like, because these drug testers that I'm used to like chat, while they're taking my blood or taking urine. And I asked them, like, oh, when you test other athletes from different sports, like, is there like a common theme of like when people put in supplements or TUEs or medication, like, do people put in a lot down or they don't put anything down? And they said, like, in a lot of sports, you'll be surprised. Like, some people have like nothing, and some people have like 30 different like supplements or medications that they put down. So like, it is interesting. Like with this, if for writing it up every time, like, luckily now it's all, when you're getting drug tested as a professional athlete, it's mostly on an iPad and they have like your stuff saved. But if you're doing it with the old system, or if you're after a race or stuff, you have to write down every single thing that you take. And it's nice with this, again, you can just write this down and you don't have to write like 63 ingredients, you know? So that's one of the things that I was thinking about.
Well, that's a really big selling point for them.
Yeah, because it's just like, drug testing is already like, it already takes like a while, even if you're a bit pee shy, or, you know, you've just raced and you have to sit down. Like
guilty
as well. I've got more comfortable.
Same.
But you know, it takes time. It takes a relationship with the drug testers to be like, okay, I'm comfortable. We'll turn the
Here's my little
faucet
weenie.
on. Yeah, let me just. I know it's cold outside. Anyway, but yeah, like having that, like writing it like 63 different things, or like writing down all those supplements. Like you're scared that you've not. It doesn't really matter if you miss one, but you really want to make sure that you have everything there. And this is just having that kind of just bang one thing would be just so nice in a drug test.
Absolutely.
Well, like, and even just from a efficiency, like life efficiency standpoint and a cost standpoint, if you're trying to take, like you said, there's about 60 ingredients in this. If you're trying to take, I don't know, like 3 supplements, you're already going to be like potentially at the same cost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And also it's just like way more annoying. So that is obviously a huge selling point that we haven't even really mentioned. Getting into some of kind of like obviously you guys are young founders. Like, you guys are going through a journey right now. There's obviously going to be lots of ups and downs. And we mentioned kind of a bit of the challenges that you've overcome so far, but also you've had a lot of, you know, a few triumphs along the way. I think obviously getting a product that you are happy with and selling, big triumph. I know you guys are always tweaking and thinking about future products, which we can get into a bit later. One thing that was really cool, I think, is how you guys went about starting to get into the running world, which is, you know, you guys have signed a few athletes that are like of decent caliber.
Yeah, they're okay.
You know, like not the best, but decent. Such as
safe to say
myself. Which was very exciting, because I guess I was like technically the first athlete to sign, so that was a very exciting moment. And then obviously you guys have also signed quite a few more since that. We just watched one of them win the Diamond League today, someone that our listeners would know very well, Yarna Goose. So yeah, how has that been? Because that's like, the thing is, one thing that I know that it must be so challenging for you guys is you guys are having to do about 27 different jobs right now. Like, you guys are working on all the different logistics, product, and then also like the marketing stuff, which is absolute shit show in this day and age. Has that been, you guys have probably had to learn a lot. How's it been like actually like signing like athletes and stuff?
Oh, it is. Honestly, you are making it sound a lot crazier than it actually is. We are just super grateful to actually have the athletes on board. I think that has honestly been one of the coolest things, and one of the most fulfilling things is seeing the athletes back the product and actually believe in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is like, yeah, there's obviously ups and downs starting a company that is in the industry that has been largely built on a lot of mistrust, but that is why we're so grateful to have the athletes on board, like you, like Yard, like all of our other ones that are all exceptional athletes in our eyes. It has just been nothing but just riding a high this whole time.
We had a great time at our little trip to Utah.
Yeah, tried swig for the first time, huh? How'd you think of that?
Dude, you guys have to get Ollie out there to try swig.
Yes.
We talked about
My tolerance is pretty high for sugar, just letting you know, and caffeine. But I'll take on any challenge, mate.
You would do just fine out there.
Yeah, I thought it was a myth. I thought that was all mythical.
You thought that was like,
it was like
heaven.
leprechauns and unicorns, but it actually exists. These things actually exist, and you can get them. So
there must be something.
I got to make some sort of pilgrimage to Utah and try it out. Maybe next time you guys hold something in, I'll tag along with Morgs and and check it out. It'll be pretty
He's
exciting.
like, where the hell is Ollie? Oh, he's at Swig again.
I think there's 8 soda chains. I think you have
Dude, there's
Fizz,
one on every road.
It's
Swig,
ridiculous.
Soda Nerd. Yeah, I think there's probably around 8. So you can just
Yeah.
bounce around between them.
Yeah,
It's
try
funny
'em
because
all,
it's
dude. Try 'em all.
ridiculous, and it's funny that we're joking about it because it's definitely like really bad for most people.
Yes.
Like it's definitely not good for you. I guess as athletes, you have a bit
Yeah,
more.
but then you
leeway
take
'cause
foes
got the
and you're
carbs.
fine. That's the donut.
Balances it
Remember the
out.
donut.
Gap.
The donut is the soda industry. The whole filled
by
with foes.
Yes,
Pretty good.
exactly.
Amazing.
Yeah, Big Soda hates foes.
Yeah. They're trying to take you guys down.
But I kind of wanted to ask you guys, you Morgan and you Ollie, how you guys have been feeling on the product, kind of your thoughts on it, taking it from, I guess, not technically a consumer because you guys are high performing athletes, but I guess from your guys' perspective.
Yeah, I honestly do love it. I'm gonna sound like super biased here, like I'm just like glazing, but I like it because I am someone who was taking like a stack of supplements before, and this simplifies that a lot. And like the big reason I like it is because of how easy and efficient it is, and it really, I feel like it anchors my day, if that makes sense. So like this is true of every day because every day we're training hard and we're putting our bodies through a lot, but especially even like with travels and races, like these slightly higher stakes things, I like that I know that like I can take it in the evening and I feel like it helps me sleep really well that night and just recover. And then I like that I can also take it in the morning and I feel like it's like there to like get me going, and just like start the day on the right note. And yeah, I mean, I would say like since I've been taking it, like, I mean, I'm someone who's already like trying to be really on top of all ticking these boxes and stuff, So I'm not saying like before, like these like were terrible areas in my life, but I feel like it just helps really like get me like right in that zone of where I need to be for like recovery, but then also like being like ready to perform in the mornings, and just it's a very easy way to go about it. So personally, I like it a lot.
On that previous stack of your supplements, were you like on the drug test? Would you ever get pretty nervous having to like just like one company's a little bit
No,
less
because
quality?
okay, full transparency, I think we always get nervous when we get drug tested because of the potential of like something being like even in food, just something going wrong.
Yeah.
Like I would say it's never like you take a drug test. Well, it's not like something that we think about. I'm not saying it's like stressing
It's
us
something
out.
that it's like, like you are pretty much anything that goes into your body, you have to be in control of that. So for us, like when we get drug tested and we take iron or vitamin D or like even like
we were already making
ibuprofen
sure that
or,
they
like-
all had good third-party testing.
Yeah, like, and we just make sure that we can control the variables that we have. So third-party testing, stuff that we can trust, but yeah, like.
But even when you do everything that you can,
you still have the thing in the back of your head, like, oh,
nervous.
maybe that burrito I ate was, reference. But like, there's like situations like that. But like, the one thing I think when I think about it is like, that's just gonna weigh you down. Like at the end of the day, it's like
you get used to it.
You get used to it. And Morgan and I have been professional. Well, you've been a professional athlete longer than I have, but when you go through all these years and you go through that system all the time, you get more comfortable with like, I have everything checked. Like Morgan says, I've ticked my boxes. I don't need to think about it. Just get it done. Which is always good. So, and
Fair.
like, that's the thing, like with drug testing, whether it's in race and stuff, like if I take a bicarb product or if I could take something like for the race, like I'll write it down anyway because I just
you write down everything.
Yeah, you just write down everything because you just want to make sure that you've ticked all the boxes, and like that's a good thing for drug testers to see anyway, that you're taking it seriously and you're not just like whatever. Like it's like, no, I take these supplements to third party, and that kind of it's just the way things are. So. Works out well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
how have you been feeling on it, Ollie?
Yeah,
I know it's only been a few days, but
it's
how
only
have you
been
feeling?
it's been a week. No, so Morg gave me your lovely products, and he was telling me how he's like, oh, it tastes a little rough, but nothing you can't handle. And I did the PM one first. And it just felt like I was taking a shot of like a really bad shot of like a Jägermeister or something. Like that's
a crazy comparison.
Yeah.
But like that's like the
Was it in
feeling
water?
of like just like get it down, like just don't think about it.
Yeah.
But no, I'm in a great place training wise and like everything in my kind of professional circle at the moment is just doing really well. And you always think like, oh, maybe it's because I've been taking photos, and there probably is an element to it, but it's been good. I mean, like the one thing that I've enjoyed is actually how bad it tastes, because I think it's just funny because like I live with my girlfriend's brother lives in the basement, and he'll come up and he'll like be doing stuff or doing it, and then you'll just see me like with this supplement powder just like going like this and going like that, and he's like, wow, professional athletes are just doing whatever it takes to get everything into their system. No, I've enjoyed it quite a bit. I mean, it's like a good routine. I like a good routine, and I think that was the one thing that when Morgs told me that you guys' product had like 63 ingredients, I didn't have to buy like 17 different things. Like I could just do my routine and like have that kind of system, because a lot of professional athletes are creatures of habit and creatures of consistency, and like having that consistency and making it simplified makes our lives a lot easier. And I think that's one thing, like having like, I mean, I stress out at the track when I have like 3 bottles, like 1 bottle for like, you know, an electrolyte, 1 bottle for, you know, a carbohydrate, and a 1 bottle for, like, it's like I stress out. Like I just can't handle. I just wish that it could all be in 1 bottle, but it can't sometimes. But with this, it can, and it's been helpful for me because I am sporadic in the sense of like I'm just walking around. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I should do this.
I'm just living, bro.
I'm just living. But this has made it easier, and I can do it. And like that was the one thing that I've loved. I actually wanted to jump. I don't know if I'm jumping here, but like one of the biggest things that athletes takes is iron. Mm-hmm. So like, what's your guys' plan with I guess that kind of, because like iron's probably one of the biggest things that people take, probably particularly women in professional sports. What's your guys' take on that? Because I've noticed that iron's probably like the highest one to get, I'd say.
Yes. So great question. This is one that was very well thought out before, because this one is our Vitality blend. So this one is for everyone from your average Joe all the way up to you guys.
Yeah.
Basically anyone who wants to be a healthier person.
Yeah.
But the main thing why we didn't include iron in this blend is because that's going to be in our athlete-specific blend in the future.
Yeah.
For someone like you need more iron, whereas someone that works out twice a week and they're on the elliptical, they probably don't need extra iron.
Yeah, because you can get to a level where your iron's too high as well.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
That could aid in that too. So,
but the reason why we chose to not include in this product is, so this is kind of backstepping a couple steps, but with zinc and copper, a lot of times when people get sick, they just think, I'm going to hammer the zinc. I'm going to have like 40 milligrams.
Right.
But they don't supplement that with copper. And there needs to be about a 10-to-1, 15-to-1 ratio between zinc to copper.
Yeah.
Because if there's not, what happens is zinc triggers the production of a protein called metallothionein. And metallothionein, that binds copper.
Okay.
And so when that happens and you have too much zinc, it makes too much metallothionein. And then that binds to too much copper. And copper is actually responsible for getting the iron to where it needs to be in the body. So if the copper is bound to the metallothionein, you actually excrete all of your iron, or it's just stuck in the intestinal cell.
Okay.
So having the right ratio between zinc and copper, it actually lets you absorb more of the iron that you're eating.
Yeah.
And most people, they are technically getting enough iron in their diets. They have meat a couple times a week. They're just not really absorbing
it. That's the problem that I had in like college. I had like an iron problem, and it was like leafy greens, or if it was like taking an iron supplement with orange juice, because the vitamin C, I was told, helps with that kind of absorption.
Yes.
But no, I mean, like, that's
this
an
guy
interesting
can't
fact.
help himself. That's very impressive.
Huh?
He can't help himself.
Yeah,
He's flexing on us.
Yeah. Well, another interesting thing is like we've talked about the taste of the product. I'm trying to figure out the best thing to make it at, like, what do I take it with? Like juice? Do I take it with a Coors Light? I'm trying to figure out.
We should do like a competition, like blind tasting type thing.
Yeah,
Everyone
I kind of want to
experiment. Can submit different drinks to take it with.
What juice to take it with? What water to take it with? I'm guessing not bubbles. You don't want bubbles. You want it to be like a flat drink.
I mean, our buddy Travis tried it with a Fresca.
I heard,
Dry scooped it too.
Dry scooped a Fresca.
Dry scooped it with
That's
Fresca.
just crazy.
That sounds painful.
Yeah.
We've
Like
also tried
bubbles.
it in milk. Milk is
milk
is not
not
that
good.
No, it's like a creamy dirt.
Oh god.
Yeah,
I think
don't recommend.
I think Yara does cranberry juice. Maybe. I think
Maybe.
He mentioned that.
I haven't tried it with that.
He's poison. Cranberry juice.
What do you? So you mostly only do
I
orange
do.
juice.
It's funny now because Sinter and I both take it, and so now on our grocery list is always I have like a big orange juice and she has a big lemonade.
That's
Yeah, so
awesome.
lemonade's
Orange
an
juice
interesting
and
one. I would have thought.
I would say lemonade is the best tasting that I have tried.
Right.
OJ sales about to explode.
This is not Sprite. This is like
No, it doesn't have bubbles in it. It's like actually just like the lemonade you get from the store, like next to the orange juice.
yeah. So I'm not telling you guys what to do next. However, just as a business thing, you could sell
The
like
lemonade.
a juice, like a lemon. You sell the lemonade or the orange juice or something, and then like somehow make it like an easy. I don't know. It's a good branding thing. Maybe just make an orange juice.
Just a little bundle.
Yeah, just like a bundle. It's like
Yeah.
you get AM PM, and then you get like a really good or like from a
A
good
lemonade subscription.
yeah a good lemonade place or a good orange juice place to partner with. I don't know. That'd be fun.
We are planning on doing like a, you know how you can buy shots of
like a yeah.
like
Like a
turmeric
little
shots.
turmeric ginger shot.
Out of the vending machines, that is one thing that we want to try to get into is like have our own refrigerated shop vending machine.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
It's like
That's
instant.
also good for like
Yeah.
athletes like traveling.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah.
That's
Just
sick.
makes it easy.
Yeah.
You're gonna be gone for a week. You just put a couple of those in your bag,
Yeah.
and you're good.
Hell yeah. Okay. Well, I'm loving to see in the future here.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is maybe a good place to kind of look to wrap things up. What does the future look like? What are your goals for the future? I mean, I guess, and this is like, this draws us back all the way to like more like the core like mission and values of like what you guys want like for us to be. But yeah, what are your like kind of actual goals for the future? Where do you want to take it?
So basically, this is kind of, we're gonna finish where we started kind of thing. So from the beginning, most people are deficient in things, whether they think so or not. Like when I was starting this with Mason, I tracked my food. Every single calorie that I ate, that I drank, every single thing was tracked for every single thing was tracked for over a year. And that was quite cumbersome. It was very labor intensive. And if you forgot anything, it would kind of detract from that. So that's really the motivation behind this. And for the future, we want to build off of this in the same way that this accomplishes all of your base needs. We want to branch out into, for athletes like you guys, where you guys need more electrolytes, then we're going to have an electrolyte product. For you guys that also need carbs, we're going to have a carbohydrate product and then a protein powder. And so those are kind of our pillars that we want to build around. Is it's going to be a one-stop shop for everything that you need from your average Joe all the way up to the high performers, and every single thing, protein, carbs, electrolytes, and your micronutrients is going to be accomplished here.
Yeah, we want to also try to make sure that we are the highest quality available, because as we said before, this is an industry built on a lot of mistrust, which is kind of sucky, because we just want to help everybody feel a lot better going throughout their lives and stuff. And I feel as though right now there's a large focus on trying to reach your macronutrients, and so we're trying to coincide with that and also bring awareness to everybody's micronutrients, because that's a big factor. Because what is it, like 80% of chronic illnesses stem from a micronutrient deficiency?
There's various studies, but there's an approximation there.
Yeah. But yeah, so we want to help everybody feel as great as they possibly can and just try to get active.
But the same way when you came out and we had the group run, we really want to be involved in the community. We feel that so many companies, they don't seem in touch with their consumer base, whereas we really want to give back. We want to have community events that get people active. Yeah. So not only are we taking care of their nutritional side, but also their community side. I think you guys can also speak for this, where running has brought you so much in terms of relationships, opportunities, and we really want to be able to do that and give that to people. Maybe not to the same scale, because obviously everyone's talents are different, but we want to give people a place where they can feel valued and they can really connect with others and just have a very fun place to develop as an athlete or as a person and just be involved in the place that they live.
Exactly.
Amazing. Well, I think that's a pretty nice place to
wrap
up today.
You guys are just
It's been awesome. Thank you
been
guys
really informative, and
so much for taking the trip out here.
I do feel like similar to Morgan in that kind of sense of the skepticism, and it's great to see you two and like your community are pushing against that skepticism and just like creating a community where, because like I do feel like when you see particularly social media now marketing, when people market supplements, they look at these quick fixes, and you guys are creating a product that isn't a quick fix. It's a product that's going to sustain and help people, and it's an optimal. So I just love that process of it. So Appreciate you guys chatting about it. And yeah, I'm gonna try all the different versions. I'm gonna get some lemonade. I'm gonna get some orange juice. I'm gonna get a Fresca. And just see what I can handle. See what I can do. Yeah, Tabasco.
Oh,
just
wow.
Straight to pass. Like,
Wow.
What about like a Bloody Mary mix but non-alcoholic, like tomato juice?
That could work.
Tomato juice is actually like.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I want to kind of see. I want to try the. I'm gonna get back to you guys on that.
Yes, we would love to hear all of that.
Yeah, perfect.
We have also heard pretty good things about like fruit smoothies and
Fruit
stuff.
smoothies. Yeah,
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. It's just hard sometimes because you kind of have to find the right amount.
It's got to be
Yeah.
like a shoot smoothie shot.
Yes, because a lot of the big companies, they have a serving size of 10 grams and they're claiming 75 ingredients. So it's super easy to flavor a 10-gram thing.
Yeah.
Ours is 30 grams.
Yeah.
That's almost 40 capsules if you were to encapsulate it.
Yeah.
So it's just not practical. So yeah, you definitely got to find the right balance.
Find the right ratio.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which is what that's my journey. I'm looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
Well, head to firstperformance.com. Use code MORG20 at checkout. Now, do you guys have any final words for the fans out there? People listening?
Ask us any questions you have. We love to hear
check
from
them out
you
on
guys.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Follow them on Instagram
Yeah.
to get informed.
Yeah, we'll have a lot of good stuff coming out, a lot of fun videos. Morgan's going to be a part of them. And hopefully we'll see you at the future fun runs and all of those things, all the community outreach.
Exactly.
Amazing. Well,
But yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you for coming on, guys.
thanks,
Thank you guys.
This has been awesome. All right.
Yes, it has.